welcome back, guys, to the Hits Objective podcast, where we hit the objective and manifest the goals and dreams that we truly aspire for. It's 2025, and I'm sure that we're all happy to be here. Of course, it's another year of the grit, the grind, trying to get towards our goals and our dreams. And today we're just going to be speaking on something that happens to all of us, and something that I feel that's highly misconstrued, and that's depression. And of course, I hope we've gone past the whole cliche New Year's resolution BS. I mean, when you really look at it, is it even 2025? Is it even that year? Is that even real? If the world has been here for billions of years, as per our knowledge or our findings, how is it that it's 2025? So we're going by a calendar that's not even dated properly if you really have to look at it. And so you see that the life that you're going as per when it comes to the guidance that you're given was really a misguided adventure for some person out there said that, you know what, we're going to say that the year starts from today and we're going to make everybody believe that. And that's the same thing that happens with depression. I feel that we get so caught up in the semantics, we get so caught up in these constructs that have been laid for us to define us and to identify us. And something like depression really hits hard because depression is labeled as a mental state of low thought processing, aversion from activity. That's something that happens to us all the time. Hell, if that's the case, then we've all been depressed at some point in time. The hard part is when you start to label yourself as a depressed person, and note well I said label yourself as, that's what you become. And you start to feel that way. You start to feel that maybe whatever is happening to you, there is some kind of definition for it. And so because of that, this is what you are. But that's not the case. And maybe we could say sadness is also a thing that we could be. And maybe perhaps depression is just a long-term sadness, and that really is what it is. But when you label it as depression, and we go as far as seeking therapy and things of the sort, which helps, as from what I could see. I mean, in my personal perspective, depression isn't even real. I've been sad many times in life, and I could tell you, the focus is always about bouncing back, not backwards. It's about thought processing. Keep in mind, they said that depression is a mental state, a low mental state. It means that while you're depressed, everything is still happening all around you. People are still doing things. People are still breaking chains. People are still overcoming these adversities. While you're stuck in this whirlwind of a downward spiral of sadness and just utter self-destruction. No! I mean, it's obvious. Human beings have always been the best at self-destruction. When you look at every other being, every other creature, species on the planet that we know of so far, I mean, we're the ones causing all of the havoc out here. And it's because we're causing inner havoc. This year, I want us to really expand our minds and think beyond these constructs that have been laid for us. Life is very grand, and you can be too. It just really takes you to flip the switch. That's what it is, right? Positive thinking. That's what lays the blocks, the building blocks for success. Positive thinking is your greatest asset in the worst scenario. And I could tell you, I've been through many, really scary scenarios in life, in whatever way you may want to look at it. And I mean, we all have a perspective and our own perception on what scary could be. I need not go into detail, but I could certainly say that I've overcome these adversities, and we continue to do this every single day. So if you're waking up today in the middle of January 2025, the world is booming, AI is becoming alive, so much is happening, people's skills are sharpening, and you want to stay dull and remain blunt. Do you think that's going to help you in this epic that we're going through right now? We're going through a general shift, This life is going to change for us, I believe, so exponentially in the next 5 years that people will actually be left behind, literally. And you'll be surprised as to how far things have come. If you're looking at the news now, guys, I can tell you, this very podcast, this very space that I have here, AI helped me build it. When I was building the whole thing with John, he pretty much told me, take a couple of pictures of this small room that I have, spare room that I have, right? And ran this through the AI, and it created a whole, structure for me before even having any of my equipment, before even having anything. It pretty much laid the building blocks for me right there digitally. And it means that the need for someone like a interior designer is now gone. Absolutely useless. The need for a graphic designer is becoming little to none. That's the life we're living in. And if you're going to be held back by depression and sadness in a world that's growing so fast, at such a rapid rate, where do you think you're going to be left in the next 5 to 10 years? Start focusing on the bag. Focus on things that could grow you again. That's what we need to do. We continually focus on the past. That's what depression is. Something that has happened to you, or something that could happen to you. It's not real. Again, it's your mental state. You're the one putting yourself in this position, telling yourself that whatever is affecting you is so bad that you can't come to terms with reality. And trust me, reality will come to terms with you, whether you're depressed or not, whether you're oppressed or not, whether you're suppressed or not. Reality will come to terms with you. So it's your decision. The onus, again, is on you to make steps, valid steps, that could push you in the right direction. Outline your core values. That's super important. I believe your main core value should always be self-love, because that in itself emanates so much value. Empathy, compassion, understanding, emotional intelligence. These are the things that keep us going. These are the things that keep the people around us going. Okay? And that's what we need to focus on. Not things that break us down all the time. Why would you consistently think about something that has happened to you already, that you didn't get a grip on at the time, and you're now here in this present moment telling yourself that you cannot do something? That's ludicrous. That is absolutely absurd. To limit yourself to the degree that you would say that you cannot do something right now in this world that we're living in today. Guys, kindness, self-kindness. We spoke about this, and we're going to continually speak about this. And I'm telling you, whatever you're depressed about, it could be that maybe you're overweight. Start 5 push-ups a day. Just 5. Put some effort into yourself. You feel that you're lacking? Start reading. You feel that you're not up to par with what's going on? Start learning about what's going on, guys. Because again, this world is moving. They're now talking about UAPs and, talking about developing civilizations on the moon and on Mars, guys. And these things are actually considerably possible. That's the type of life we're living in nowadays. These things are no longer just a figment of your imagination. Right now, all the things that you see in Hollywood are real. Could be. Who's to say? The question is, are you preparing yourself for what's next? Are you preparing yourself for the great new that's coming? You must. Otherwise, again, you will perish inevitably. But you do not want to perish dishonorably. And that's just what it is. So guys, take some value. Make some moves. This year, the challenge for the guys, 60 push-ups a day. We've already started, my group and I. 60 push-ups a day. I'm still running these kilometers every week. All right? And you just do the math, That's all I have to say. Just do the math. Put some value into your experience. That's the purpose of this existence. To experience. Bad, good, ugly, sad, happy, not depressed. It's life. When bad things happen, you take that L and you take it as a lesson. And then this year, that's what we're doing, 2025. We're taking our L's as lessons, not losses. Okay? So I need us to really recalibrate. Let's refresh our memories on what really matters. Okay? Out with the old, in with the new. Stop feeling so blue. It's just because nothing is more true than you. Okay? So I needed to touch base with you guys to start the year, of course. This is just the first one, and we have a lot more coming. Of course, thank you so much for making it here again. It's always nice to share your time. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Love y'all.